No, not great. I'm fucking poor right now. I just looked at my account and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's okay. Do hookers take Venmo yet?
They take Zelle, Venmo.
So you can just
awesome.
tap your phone on their phone?
Yeah, but they
That's
don't
awesome.
take
You tap your phone on their
free
ass?
tickets to the seller. Are we recording?
I know Dave Attell.
Good. Do you want to cut this
Oh,
out?
yeah. No, keep it.
Okay.
I don't
Ian's
care.
an open book.
I don't...
Were you recording?
The idea of paying for sex really appeals to me.
It's the best and the best way to do it because no feelings get hurt. Your needs get met, so do theirs. You don't have to do the rigmarole of like any sort of miscommunication of like, this is going to be a thing or...
Do you
know.
kiss?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I have
love
to kiss to
kissing.
get hard.
Yeah.
Oh man, this one
fucking
Valentina,
love kissing.
she loved tongue, and we'd suck each other's tongues.
Whoa,
Oh, really?
And it was awesome.
Do you
get
have
to
a
do-
regular? Like, do you have a favorite that you go back to?
One in Austin. I got another one in Austin, or no, Dallas, and that was a very bad idea.
Really?
She was not as advertised.
Oh, she didn't look like the pics?
Well, no. And then I show up to her hotel, and there are a bunch of Chick-fil-A bags out in front of the door, and I was like,
Holy
oh,
shit.
no. I go in the bathroom, and there's like, the water didn't work. There was a skid mark in the toilet, and I was like, well, I don't think we'll be doing things. She had a huge thing of KY on the thing, and there were other food bags in there. She was a little heavy, and I was like, let's just talk.
So, does
Turns
it...
out she was from Delaware.
You paid her to talk?
Oh.
Well, I paid for the GFE, which is a girlfriend experience.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted like, I love you and you're funny. but we just ended up talking and then we blew each other and I came and then I was
that's
like,
great.
see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was born in Delaware from Philly. So while we were talking, I was like, could you be the one?
Yeah.
We have so much in common.
This lady who shits a ton.
Yeah.
Well, dude, everyone's like trans women are women. It's like, sure, but then get around them when they're drunk because they really dude it up.
Really?
They're fucking burping, farting, eating like shit, shitting.
Yeah.
Was this woman trans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you-
I don't get regular prostitutes.
oh, okay. You always get trans prostitutes. Nice.
Okay.
I do have a fantasy about getting women prostitutes, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do that next.
I've never
when I get
gotten
some more money.
I've never gotten any kind of sex work other than a stripper. And I'm
You banged a stripper?
no. I just like got a stripper. And what I always end up doing is going like
For like a party?
no, like for my bachelor party or like a
Or
couple
you
times.
went to a strip club?
Yeah, just been at strip clubs.
Yeah.
And then every time what I end up doing is like somebody's like, you should pay extra. You should do the thing. Go back to the room. And then I'm always like, hey, I'm not going to fuck you. And so then we end up just like chatting. And it's always
Yes.
like, it's always pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of go like, how do you do this?
I
Like, what's your
find
life like?
Prostitutes, sex workers, whatever, strippers, I love talking to them because they're so interesting. And I'd rather have a good conversation than be like, let's just fucking leave, you know. But then at the end, we end up.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had like, I mean, maybe one or two cool, like, like alpha level, you know, like where you just like fuck and then you're kind of like, yeah, we fucked.
Yeah.
I've
No,
never had
I'm
that
almost
either.
always like, man, I'm awkward.
Ah.
Let's try to make the best
I have
of
to
this.
boyfriend my way into every single sexual experience.
I would get a female prostitute, but I think I'd be like too like, I think she likes me.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? But dude, me, Attell and Louis Katz went to a strip club for Louis' like bachelor party.
Yeah.
And it was so funny, dude. We went in and I'm like throwing money and like slapping asses and Attell and Louis like, are you allowed to do that? I was like, well, they'll stop me if I'm not. And it was Attell's money. And so I was like,
Everybody's
"Hey."
everybody's sober.
And dude, yeah, we're also Louis drinking. Me and Attell are sober, and Attell is going to give the money, but he's like doesn't want to, cross any lines.
He's like
so he
being
was
nice.
Literally, he was. He would take $1, put it on the stage, and slide it over like he was making a bet in poker. It was fucking incredible. And then this one, she danced and we talked this and that. And I was like, look, like, what are you doing tomorrow? Come to the show. And she was like, Okay.
Yeah.
She gave me her real name and her number. She drove an hour and a half to come to the show.
Oh.
That's cool.
And it was fun. We had a great time talking afterwards. No hookup. She brought a friend because it's like very, she's only met up with a guy from the strip club like once before.
Yeah.
And so she brought a friend for safety. It was
Yeah.
totally cool. I was kind of like I kept Blue Chew in my pocket. I was like, maybe we'll fuck, but I wasn't like, let's do this,
Yeah.
I'd much rather have a fun experience than like be like, let's just sex. But we talked and everything, and I was like, dude, come to like a city I'm in. And she's like, if you fly me out, I'm like, all right. And then she may come to San Antonio this
Oh.
weekend.
That's great.
Wait, where
Yeah.
where
Are
was
you at
this?
LOL?
This was in Dallas. Yeah, have you played it?
No, I think I've avoided San Antonio.
Why?
I just stopped trying to go to cities where I don't think they're gonna like me.
Fuck it.
I just am
Make
like,
them like you.
yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I just like if it seems like kind of a zero sum, I'm just like, we both don't need to do this.
Yeah. I like it.
I liked it at one point.
Yeah.
But I also, I'm like a very specific.
Yeah.
I'm dour. I'm
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
I'm unfunny.
No, stop. Can I smoke in here?
No,
Is that? Oh, no, I'm kidding.
sorry. I wish you could.
I'm out. Anyway.
There's like some pods where people smoke cigars, and you smoke cigarettes on your show because it's in your basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Attell at the strip club like doing like Attell stuff, like where he would like say something funny as he gave the money? Like was he being
no,
like?
but we have so much fun just like
I could just see
talking out the side
him.
of our mouths making fun of stuff.
I could see Attell like sliding the money and being like, "This is for your childhood."
Well, dude, me and Louie are like pigs and shit, kids at a candy factory, and Attell's just outside chain smoking, finding some guy who used to be in the military. Just being like, so what's going on?
asking him about what's really
yeah,
happening.
yeah. He's like, yeah, I did the USO and the military. The guy's like, tell me about it.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's the best. He's the best. I got to cool it with my proclivities, because
You've been saying that for a long time.
Oh, Andy. Yeah, you're right.
You've actually, though, you ebb and flow with your support of the sexual worker arts.
Yes.
But now one thing I've noticed, you've been single for a long time.
Yes.
Ian used to have, was it a shift? Because Ian used to always kind of be like in love with someone.
Yes.
And now he has been like,
well, I feel I'm
a rambling man.
I have rambling man tattooed on my knee. Yeah, see?
How did you?
Before my first
Ian,
tour.
how do you think that was not a good thing to be falling in love all the time?
Well, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I want love. I want to be loved, and I want to love. But I live a life that's not very conducive to that because of the schedule and everything. And there is one true love that we lived together, and she left me last year, and then we got back together and tried it again. But I just wasn't in it because I
Were your feelings too hurt?
They were.
Yeah,
and there was a little bit of a fucking, I don't know, like I had a wall up for a little.
You mean the second time around they were too hurt?
Yes.
Yeah.
From whatever
and
the
I
original
had a
thing
little
was?
bit of a wall, and I had a hard time getting past that. And at the same time, the old things were cropping up, just in terms of outside relationship things, of me being gone, me being busy, having to cancel this and that. And it's just so heartbreaking to hear someone say, well, I know I'll never be the top priority, or like to hear the sad in their voice when you're on the road. And so it's just like we amicably were like, look, this isn't. And I said something when we were breaking up that was so funny. I was like, look, like we're like hugging, crying. And it was the morning that I was leaving to Moon Tower. And it was so obvious.
Baby, I got to go to Moon Tower.
Yeah. I got to go to Austin, mama. And I was like, I'm running late to the airport. And I'm like, let me cancel the Uber. Let's just talk. And she goes, no, you have to take the Uber. You have to go. And I go, well, isn't this the problem? Like, I always have to go. And then I was like, I see for us. She was like, we're probably going to be one of those couples that like are friends. And everyone's like, what are you doing? You're getting dinner once a month? Like, blah, blah. And I was like, I want that. Like, I would love to be in each other's lives forever, but I just don't have the capacity to be an equal share partner right now. Like, I see us like when Freddie Mercury died, he was in bed with his cats, and his ex-wife was there that he just was a lifelong best friend, and he gave her his estate, and she goes, wait, you saying you want me to be by your side while you die of AIDS? And I was like, that's pretty much probably the
you
best
get
case
it.
scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't that seem fun?
Yeah, that is your trajectory. It seems like.
I mean, my
Negative. By
Yeah.
the way.
Also,
Tested.
Congrats, brother.
Negative.
you
Thank
don't have to worry about it anymore, really.
I
If you're,
know.
if you're
Yeah.
prepped,
It's
up.
It's been feeling pretty good. Not
I know.
having that.
Do you take prep?
No, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you'll fuck a
Man.
in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Oh, in his butt.
In his.
You're always the top.
Yeah, always the top.
Have you been fucked?
Yeah.
How is it?
I don't think it's for me.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy. I like it, and then they push in, and I go, no, stop.
I-
Never mind.
I've tried to get a finger in there, and it's
I
like
like
I
it
like a
tickle.
finger,
I
but
like
I-
it played with. But
I'm talking about my own finger, and
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
hard for me to get.
It's a mental block. I
Yeah.
tried to get a finger in there, and I was like, "Oh, this is getting gayer."
well, like, dude, I
like myself.
yeah, I have this fantasy of like getting just like dick down, and like I'm like surrounded by a cacophony of cocks, and I'm sucking cum and getting cummed in.
You're just like in
And
a
then
shower in a prison.
and then they're like holding my arms, and I'm like, "Ah!" But then the chance comes up for that to happen. I'm like, ugh, no, like it's a fantasy. And then when I have a chance for the fantasy to become
the chance
true,
has-
I'm like, no thanks.
it's
See, that's the
occurred
thing,
in your
like-
life.
I want the same
Yeah.
thing, but I want it to be women. You know,
Uh-huh.
I would love for like a group of like 20 kind of Giselle Bundchen types to just like me. You know,
Well,
Yeah.
with women, I have to be the alpha and I have to be the dominant, and I don't want them to dominate me or me like be submissive.
see, I have to be
but with men, I have this fantasy of being like, oh
Really?
yeah.
See,
but I
that's-
can't
I
allow
have to
myself
do
to be
it-
that way with women.
I have to do it with women because I lead such an alpha lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'm titan of industry,
Uh-huh.
captain of my own
Yes,
future,
yeah.
you know,
Yes.
killing it
Yes.
left and right. And sometimes I just need to be made to feel right sized.
I'm the
you
opposite
know?
because they call me Mr. Consent.
Oh,
So
I've been
consent. It's like
You're wrestling me.
it's like
You're going to the ring. You're like, is this okay? Is that okay?
it's like
Is this all right?
Vox Media's superhero.
Yeah. I have been wanting to be pegged.
Really?
And there's a girl I've been talking to who's like pretty dominant. She's Cuban, lives in Florida.
do you? So when in the
She have
situation that you're going to get pegged, are you going to pick the sized instrument?
Yeah.
You just let her go for it.
It's a woman's choice.
Okay.
Her body, her choice.
It's kind of your body at that point, though.
It's we're sharing
My
the body.
hole, your role. Well, that's fun. I mean, I've been very married, and I'm still a horn dog. There's definitely some Instagram accounts I should not follow.
Oh boy. I've been trying to not do that.
I've actually unfollowed all of the horny ones.
I've been trying to not
Because
to. You can get.
I'm gonna
lost.
follow them again, I'm sure. But
I need
Well, I
to
do a
stop
thing-
because it's just it's too obvious. If you look at my Explore page, if you look at the stories I'm watching,
Oh, my Explore
yeah.
page is fucking straight up like tattoos, Ninja Turtles.
I need it to
freaks.
be-
Mine's hilarious.
I need it to be
10-year-old
like
boy's head.
I need to start just like watching acne again, pimple popping
Yeah.
videos
Yeah.
to
so
expunge.
mine is all like it's like Arsenal news and like a funny meme about 9/11. It's like
That's-
exactly
I
what
need
I
that.
want.
Mine
Yeah.
is just
Mine's hardcore
25-year-olds on the beach in southern France
Oh my god.
jumping on a floating trampoline.
Jesus. I hate
It's horrible. I gotta stop.
I think, dude, my cousin told me a story about she was dating this cop. He was like fucking jacked black dude, just fucking alpha. And then he had her peg him, and he like became effeminate and made these noises. She's like, I could never look at him the
It
same.
it
again.
icked it. It yucked her yum.
Yeah, and so that is my fear of doing that with women, that I will lose my man status with them. But with men, I can be whatever.
Let me
I
ask-
think I lost my man status when I got married.
a little.
It was
way
I have
way
a
before.
very tough life.
Way
As your
before
friend,
that.
way before.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We should. You guys should
Oh, you
call
guys
this
jumped
pod-
on that too
You
quick.
guys should
Yeah.
call this podcast "Deballed."
Neutered the
Yeah,
podcast.
Wilfred and Andy.
When you close your eyes
Yes.
to jerk off, and so there's no porn involved, you're using your imagination. What are you envisioning?
Old sexual encounters.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And is it
Or
what
sprinkled
gender?
in with fantasy.
What
A
gender
bunch
is
of different pop in.
Dwarves fighting
Yeah.
elves,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
You're
The
gonna have to-
Ghostbusters meeting up with the Ninja Turtles.
It's just World Star videos.
and not even having sex, just getting along.
Wolverine,
Yeah.
Wolverine fist fighting Muhammad Ali. You
Yeah.
know, just fantasy
Wolverine fist fighting Muhammad, the prophet.
stuff. Yeah, draw that real quick. Draw that one up.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait with everything that's going on with like the LGBT and Muslims. Have you heard about this in Michigan?
No.
It was like a liberal bastion of what they wanted. It's the largest Muslim populated
Lansing,
covered,
Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan.
town, right? And they started to burn pride flags and like ban LGBT things. And so then the like activists are like, they can do whatever they want. Religious freedom.
Yeah.
They're allowed because they don't want to
Yeah.
be seen as Islamophobic.
You know what I don't like about what just happened in me was that I got too excited when in that story. I was like, I don't know why I liked
what way?
that there's this controversy between these two, like this liberal group.
Well, it's okay to go against Christians. They're like white. They've been in power for a while. So they're like, your religion is fake. But then they're so afraid of being like racist or Islamophobic
Absolutely.
that they're like, freedom. But I can't wait until like Antifa and the trans activists that are so extreme clash with them, the Muslims, and they think that it's okay to make signs with like the drawing of the Prophet Muhammad or like Muhammad was trans. And then they get their heads chopped off because Catholics are fucking pussies and Muslims are
Next thing you know,
no
they have
joke.
to put Muhammad on that new flag, the BIPOC flag.
Oh my god! Well, dude,
What's the BIPOC flag? Can you show us the BIPOC
Oh,
flag?
it's the one with the trans thing taking over the rainbow flag.
Well, it's like it's got that little.
Yeah, and
It's
that
fucking
arrow
awful.
part is getting way bigger,
Really?
which is hilarious because it's taking
Whoa,
over
there's a fist
the
now?
actual
Dude, they're just
rainbow.
gonna run out of like space on this
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, it's crazy.
You imagine how like much ink that takes up when you print it.
Can I? So
Well, it's like, do they have like a national board meeting about it? My favorite is, the Armenians in California are like fighting back against the LGBT.
No,
and the
but I
Armenians are insane.
I believe it. Yeah,
And
I
they're
lived,
hugely
I lived
populated.
in Little Armenia.
Yeah.
So I've been down that road.
Yeah.
But they're all Orthodox Christians. They shouldn't have too much beef with it.
Hey, I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to get into the topic.
Wait,
because-
but hold on. I want to ask him one quick question.
Yeah, please.
Is that okay, Wilfred?
yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Mr. Consent.
This has always been something interesting to me, and I know that I've busted your balls about it before.
Yes.
But you are one of the most, like, practically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
in your life, sober drug addict,
Mm-hmm.
kind of basically just open to any kind of sexual encounter,
Mm-hmm.
kind of punk rock.
Mm-hmm. Very punk rock.
You know, like you live a very on the surface, like liberal,
Yes.
but then your politics tend to be kind of like, I don't even know if I would call you conservative, but you are a kind of opposed to any kind of mainstream liberalism.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I think
Like, where does that come from, I guess?
because I've never liked being told what to do.
Yeah.
Or what to think.
Yeah.
I like to do what I want when I want. I don't like authority in terms of like, you must do this. It always makes me want to rebel. So when people say, well, because you act this way, you should be thinking this way, I go, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
I like thinking for myself, and I like I like contradictions, and I don't do it to be an edgelord, but I just truly feel that
But you do think the Central Park Five were guilty.
I don't think it. I know it. I mean, it's clear.
I blame them.
The case has been solved.
Yeah, I know. But no, I mean, I also think there's hypocrisy in every side, and I'm a hypocrite, and I never want to be married to one side. I always want to be looking at both, and I'm very liberal-minded in certain things, and I'm very center, and I guess you would say now conservative, when in reality 5-10 years ago I was just middle.
I feel like I'm like I'll probably always vote liberal.
I won't.
But I socially am growing more and more conservative.
Yeah.
I just hope that like by the time we're 50, 60 years old, which More 60s is realistic, but you're just full on like old Filipino dude. You're wearing like a U.S. military kind of like a hat with like a ship name on it.
Yes.
And you're just fully like polo. You play golf. You hate other immigrants.
Yeah.
I love it.
I hope we can get there.
Collecting cans
we're
for
not-
recycle.
None of us are going to live past 2040.
What's happening in 2040?
We're running out of water.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And that's when whites are no longer in power. Anyway,
We've been talking for 39 minutes.
No, 20.
Oh, okay.
20.
Oh, can I
It's
just
counting
say
down.
real quick?
No.
I feel like I'm very logical. Like when I have conversations with people one-on-one or a couple, I can, with someone that I don't disagree with, or we can come to like a logical. Yeah,
Well,
I see that.
here's what it is about you, and this is having known each other for a while now. No matter what the other person's stance is, you have no real stake in like convincing them. You just want to connect with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
You're
And
here
I
for
don't
human
care
connection.
if you and I agree. I love when people I don't agree with bring up points and I go, okay, you know what? I will concede. You are correct, and I misspoke. And I think I think more people need to do that, but it's hard because not many people can floss on my level.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. All right,
What,
let's
did you
cut
bring
that
this?
part out.
Did you bring
Yeah,
this or you just
I
found it?
No, I brought you guys gifts because I just
thank you.
came from the dentist.
I also saw him
appreciate
pull
that.
it out.
Flossing is very
I
important.
saw him pull it out of his pocket and hold it in his hand, and I was like, "What is this going to be?"
Yep.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
The topic for today. You know
Yes.
that we talk about a topic every single episode.
I'm unfamiliar with everything.
That's okay.
about this.
Whatever. We go do a deep dive into a topic with
love
every
it.
single episode. We're with our guest Ian Fidance. We never said that earlier.
Oh,
but
we never
whatever.
even introduced the podcast.
It doesn't
Hi,
matter.
this is the Known Zone. I'm Andy Haynes. I'm here with Wilfred Padua.
That's Ian. The topic today
Wilfred.
is another sexual deviant, bisexual sexual deviant.
I'm not a sexual deviant.
You're kind of devious.
Well, then all gays are.
Jim
They are.
Jones.
Yeah.
Jim
they
Jo-
are.
do
It's
you know-
not natural. Anyway,
Do you know who Jim Jones is?
the rapper.
No.
There's another one.
No, yeah,
the
the
original
cult
one.
leader.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Jim Jones.
Jonestown.
from Indiana.
Yes.
I feel like this is already ruining the podcast. Just getting into the topic.
No.
No, it's
fine.
good. Ruin the flow. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, no, we're having fun. But
Do you
go
guys
ahead.
talk about a topic on your podcast?
No,
You just rap.
You just freestyle?
Wow.
it's very chaotic.
I love it.
Yeah, you guys
guys
have
gotta
like a
come do it.
taser.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
have
it's the
brought.
We
best.
should have got a taser.
I wanted to get a Sibian for Ian.
We're getting more
Yeah.
weapons. Oh my god.
You're getting what?
More
Yeah, you guys
weapons
should
for
get
the
little
body.
darts, like little things that
Well, I think
pierce
we're
the
getting
skin lightly.
airsoft guns
Yeah,
or
those are
like
fun.
rubber band guns.
Ooh,
Mm.
maybe
Oh.
like a pulse thing. You know, that
What?
kind of stops your heart.
I thought you meant the pulse shooting. I was on board.
Yeah.
The pole shoe? Is that the one in Miami? or whatever?
Orlando.
You know that helped me coming out of the closet?
Really?
Yeah, because when that happened, I was at a gay bar secretly, a trans bar, and
In New York?
Yeah, and that happened, and when it happened, I just started crying because I was like, oh my god, what if I get hate crimed and nobody knows who I really am?
They'll just think you were an accessory.
They were like, what is he doing at this gay bar? Yeah.
Like, he was with the shooter. Apparently.
Yeah. He helped him plan it. But I've been on the street with like guys before and gotten like fucking into altercations or, like called a fag and all this stuff. So that started happening more and more. And I was like, man, I got to get right and just start being completely honest about who I am.
Are they calling you that because you're like in a gay situation, or because they're just calling you a fag?
Gay situation.
Okay.
He's blowing a guy on the
Like,
street.
well, no, I was giving a guy a hand job through my coat.
Yeah.
Arm sleeve. I put the base of the coat sleeve up to his belly. It was dirty.
Really?
Yeah. It was the middle of winter. But no, just like holding a guy's hand down the street or like kissing a guy and like, and let me
Yeah,
tell
'cause
you,
you've
they
never-
weren't Trump voters. Anyway, go ahead.
You've never been public in a comedy setting with another guy.
Correct.
Yeah. Which I think is good.
But I wore a dress in Austin for the goddamn comedy jam. I sang Nirvana. And it actually like
Did you wear like a slip dress, like Kobe?
I wore like a grandma dress or my
Kurt Cobain?
clothes, Yeah.
Okay.
And I walked around in it, and I was getting like compliments or whatever. And then when we got to like a badder part of town, I was getting like faggot, blah blah. It was
You felt good. You were hard. I do have the vibe of a lot of the like libertarian dudes.
You have the look of like you're the leader of the Patriot Front, but you disarm people with that joke in your material, which I love because you stand your ground with your material and it's very,
and it doesn't work.
No, I love it. I think you're one of the best writers in the city.
Thanks, man. You should tell somebody to hire me.
Not a good comic, but a great writer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I always wanted to be that.
I've told you this before. I bought your album before we ever became friends.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Do you want your money? I'll pay you back. Yeah. Okay.
I applied for a job with Gutfeld.
Oh, you
no.
Yeah.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I did not get
Mr.
far
Consent,
at all.
a.k.a. Mr. Spineless, a.k.a. Show me the money.
I just thought it was hilarious to apply.
yeah.
And then they probably just like looked me up, saw my face, and like, there's no way he actually wants this.
I don't know what one of my best dates that I had in New York when I was like brand new to the city. I was living in Racine's extra room.
Oh, I remember that.
I went on a date with a Fox News producer. She was like an Italian girl from Staten Island.
Yes.
And she
Accent
couldn't.
and all.
Yeah. But she was like kind of hip. She was like a little like more like kind of savvy. But she couldn't meet until like 11 or something because she was
until like Project Veritas left the restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I don't drink. What do you want to do? She's like, I don't know. What do you want to do? And I was like, do you want to go to the top of the Empire State Building?
Yeah.
And that was like all we did. We went to dinner and then we went to the top of the Empire State Building. We made out and then I never spoke to her again.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, I'll say I've talked to people that have worked on Gutfeld or worked at Fox News, and they're like, dude, they're actually like pretty cool, chill people. Some of them are fucking monsters, but there's a lot of like liberal-minded people there that are just working a job.
I also think...
then I've talked to people that work at MSNBC, and they're like, this is the most hostile work environment. You cannot say how you feel.
I mean, I think that's
very interesting.
Something that's been very refreshing. I met James Baker a couple months ago, you know, the Velvet Hammer, architect of many geopolitical conundrums.
Yes.
And, you know, 25-year-old Andy would have been like, I'm not going to shake his hand.
Of course. Yeah.
But I love meeting an old monster, you know, whatever, like somebody who's just like I Monster's unfair because he was really nice. I just love liking somebody who I'm diametrically opposed to on like I like having that. And I think it's weird that we've like thrown that out. I
think that's so important. I think it's important to have old curmudgeons in your life, or like an old like racist guy on the surface who's just like, he just doesn't like bullshit or whatever and says things, and then like you get to a deeper level and you're like, oh, if you put that shit aside, you know.
Well, why does it matter anymore?
Yes,
like,
it shouldn't.
Why the fuck do I care what my friends think about tax code?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just I don't like that politics.
Dude, one of my best
people...
friends of all time, childhood best friend, he and I are so opposed. He's like such a right-wing Trump whatever, and we always get in these arguments.
It's Donald Trump.
And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, no, I see your plan, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
And then he'll say some out-of-pocket shit, and I'm like, you're a fucking dickhead, like, fuck you. And he's like, okay, you're right. And then it's like, all right, let's go fucking
But
hang out.
everyone thinks that they're trying to do the right thing for the world.
Let's go jerk off to Smurf porn.
Is that a segment on the show?
Yeah.
Because I'll fucking pitch to Wilfred. We should have done that 20 minutes ago.
Okay, Jim Jones is the entire
Church?
time I've been like trying to like double Dutch Jim Jones in the conversation.
Yeah. So where does he start?
Starts in Indiana.
Okay. Is this the whole thing we get to get through?
No.
I mean,
we don't have to get through
we don't have to
anything.
get through
What is
any
it?
of the shit. It's just a lot of information, just in case you are boring.
And so you start telling people about what it is.
Yeah,
And
we
then
like are supposed to do a deep dive into a
Every
topic.
episode we like talk about a topic we don't really know about.
Yes.
I know that he was kind
Had
of
the
based
right
in the
idea.
black community in Oakland at some point, and
in a church community.
he built up a very strong church.
Okay, so
Things-
let me jump off from that. So he started. He was like one of the first integrationists in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Like really fought for
And
it.
Indiana's hardcore. That's where the
Yes.
Ku Klux Klan started.
Yeah. And
My friend's dad, this old black guy who I became close with during the pandemic, I would
Sexually.
like bring him sandwiches on Fridays and everything, and sneak him Newports because his wife hated that he smoked.
yeah, that's cool.
He grew up there, and he told a story about how like he
The Jim Jones Church or just
no,
Indiana?
in Indiana. And he was in school, one of the only black kids, and a lot of them would call him the M word when they would like play sports and stuff, but then they'd like hang out and have lunch and everything.
Sure.
So his gym teacher was the nicest guy, took care of him in class, whatever. And he said he walked by his house and the gym teacher was mowing his lawn in his Klan outfit. And he sees him and he goes, "Hey, Vinny!" And he was like, "Hey, Mr. Applebaum or whatever." And he was just like, "That's just who
That's
he
not a
was."
good outfit to be mowing a
I
lawn
was
in.
like, it's just so funny that like now people put flags and stuff in front of their
Yeah.
lawn, but back in the day they didn't have that. And they're like, "Right, I gotta put on my Klan fit, gotta mow my lawn."
I mean, he's
now."
gonna get grass stains
Yeah,
all over.
Yeah.
it.
but
that's all I
a
could think about it.
Klanman being nice in his outfit is the funniest
That is
thing.
hilarious.
Like waving to his black student, like, "Hey, buddy,
Hey,
how
bud.
you doing?
It's also
Good
just
job on the
funny.
tournament.
By the way, stay off my lawn."
He's got like the full hood on and he's pushing a lawnmower.
Yeah.
And then like I'm just also imagining him like pushing a shopping cart and like doing all these other
I mean, that
activities.
is- yeah. Just mundane activities.
Just a
wearing his
Midwest
Klan
guy.
It'd be
outfit.
funny if the grass just looked awful because he couldn't see it.
Because you refuse to hire Mexicans to do the lawnmower.
So
Yeah.
Jim Jones was
Yours
like
was funnier.
he would always like he would. So his congregation was a lot of black people because he was one of the first dudes to accept black people and
Now-
try to integrate them
okay,
into a church.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Did he do this out of the kindness of his heart and he was corrupted later, or was this a long-term plan for him to get people through religion?
So it's. I mean, he's not. I feel like socially and like politically, he actually believed this. He was sincere about integration, about like getting rights to black people. He was also like a psychopath, egomaniac. So all of that makes the full Jim Jones.
How does he get from Indiana to the Bay?
At some point, he's like he stages all of these assassination attempts on him.
What?
On
On
himself.
himself.
On himself.
Nice.
Because he has to make okay, let's go back. He is like needs to grow a big church, right?
Yeah.
He starts his church in like this very broke area of Indianapolis.
Right.
Because he wants to speak to the black people. He wants to get this integrated church. Needs to get more money, so he starts faking healings and miracles in the church. Which
That's the best.
the way that he does it, there's some pretty funny. I mean, a lot of it's like that Andy Kaufman stuff, where like
Pig.
My infant's trying to say.
Pig gizzard.
Chicken gizzard, yeah.
Wait, what is that?
So like someone like they'd get in line to get a miracle performed on them, and like you would get in line, and you're an accomplice. You've got gizzards in your pocket, chicken gizzards, and then
Or they have them in like a bowl of like bloody water, and they're like, use this rag, and they're like, with this rag I'm gonna like pull out the evil in you, and then they like have a kind of like sleight of hand thing, so they pull a chicken gizzard out of their hand and it looks like they're pulling it out of your abdomen.
yeah.
Oh my God.
There was this one
Don't
where
you remember that scene in the Andy Kaufman
Man on the
movie?
Moon?
Man on the Moon?
I never saw
He's like in the Philippines, and he's
you
like
would it's a good movie. You
he's
should watch
getting
it.
a healing, and he like looks over and he looks in the water, and he can see the guy hiding the chicken gizzard in his hand, and he just starts laughing because he's like, good one.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
There's one time where he drugged a lady.
Okay.
Put a cast on her arm. When she woke up, they told her that she had fallen, broken her arm, and went to the hospital. He goes and gets goes to church. She gets in line to get healed, takes off the cast, and she's healed.
That's a genius one. That's one of the best ones I've heard.
Yeah, he's got some great ones. There's like ones where he would steal people's mail in his congregation and then learn about them, and then he would say these things out loud, these like very personal things.
I'm getting a message. Your bank account number is your bank account number. The Lord is telling me your bank account. You got a savings account.
So
The Lord's telling me Clearinghouse Publishing Sweepstakes is going to be giving you a check.
So he's like creating this congregation that's very popular because it's speaking to like young, new, hip whites and all of the black people. Moves it to Ukiah, which
California.
is north of San Francisco.
It's a good Doobie Brothers song.
Because
Is
he
Okay.
because he has this vision of a nuclear apocalypse or a nuclear warfare.
Hitting Indianapolis?
Yes.
Okay,
And
well,
nowhere else.
he does not know where they're aiming missiles.
God,
apparently
people were so stupid back then. It's
I know.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
like, it's gonna hit Indiana and everyone else
Well,
gonna be fine.
that's like during 9/11, there was people in like those cities that were like, "We're next," and it
That
was
was
like,
my
yeah.
mom.
"You're not next."
I
was
thought
my
that
mom.
about Seattle. I was like, oh, they're gonna get the Space Needle.
I did go to see if they'd hit. I like when the plane started hitting buildings. I did go over to that view on Queen Anne to see if
Oh,
they were
really?
gonna. Yeah,
Dude,
for sure.
my mom wouldn't let me go see a girl because the tallest building in Wilmington was by her house. And she's like, the Rollins building might be next. I'm like, Mom, it's
I
a
love
30-story
Gail.
building.
That's
like,
so
what
cute.
are you doing? Yeah.
I mean, they should blow up all the buildings in Wilmington because that's where all the credit history is.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
where
really?
that scene from Fight Club is when he blows up all the buildings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's like, there's a new club in Newcastle.
That would help me so much.
Yeah.
Do you guys
No,
have-
Wilmington is like a
Is
hub
Sally
of
Mae
evil.
over there?
They're all there. It's where
Okay.
all the shell corporations do their banking.
So he moves them there because Esquire magazine had listed like the top 10 safest cities
Can you pull up Ukiah on a map?
for a nuclear.
UKIAH.
Yeah.
That's a song.
He moves them there to Ukiah, which is just north of San Francisco.
Song.
And then it's a song, Doobie Brothers.
So
Oh man, that's a really nice part of the country. That's Sonoma County. I'll be there next week.
Yeah.
hey, nice.
And then he like, you know, has all this political power because he's got a big congregation of like thousands of people, like 3,000 to 5,000, and moves them to San Francisco. You know, rubs elbows with like the district attorney and all these people. Okay, so he's a pretty abusive guy.
You don't say.
Has sex with the ladies, has sex with the fellas.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
That's the whole reason I picked this topic for Ian, because he's a bisexual freak.
Cult leader.
Yeah. He does
He's a charismatic bisexual guy. That's what you are.
Yeah.
He
Hey, do me a favor. Drink this.
he when he had sex with women,
Yeah.
he made them talk about how sexy he was. When he had sex with men, always a top, he would make them be like, "You're so strong and powerful."
Oh my god.
And then, you know, a lot of that sex was like not wanted.
Cool.
No.
So at some point,
Oh no. Oh no.
Ah, shucks. Jeepers.
and then he also would there's a lot of abuse that would happen in the church where he would like publicly shame them in front of the whole congregation. There's this one story of this guy who like would always get publicly shamed. He always got a little tongue lashing from Jim Jones, and
And then he got a tongue lashing from Jim Jones.
and then he got in a car and drove his family off a bridge.
Really?
The tongue lashing guy?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Right after it?
yeah,
That's terrible.
like drove away.
Did Jim?
So Jim went and drove over to the site, and one of his kids
yelled
died.
at his ghost.
You dummy quitter.
Well, he went over there. His son had died, and then Jim takes credit for healing the rest of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There's one time there's this lady who like really wanted to have sex with Jim Jones and wouldn't stop pestering him. And he had her stand in front of the entire congregation, stripped down all of her clothes, and had all of the men talk about how ugly she was.
Jesus Christ.
She still wanted to after that?
I mean, I don't think you have much of a libido after that.
Dude, you wanted to. Put it in, make him leave it on the table. You wanted to.
Speaking of Armenians.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does he get from there to Guyana?
So all of these,
And how big is the church also?
we're at like 3,000 people
Wow, that's a lot. for
in
that guy.
the Bay, and then there's also, you know, he still has a little bit of a church in Indiana.
So when does he start to be like, maybe I should kill all these people?
That's later.
That's later. He gets to, well, it's maybe a little throughout the entire thing, but he gets to Guyana because all of those allegations are about to be released in
all the sex stuff.
All the sex stuff, the abuse, all of it. There's going to be a big article. Also, there have been attempts at writing articles about Jim Jones for a while.
Yeah.
But he's so connected that they all get shut down.
Because he's also like kind of a pillar of the community.
He's a pillar of the community. He has a lot of political sway. So all of the politicians are trying to shut shit down.
And this is
for
also
him.
like 60s San Francisco. So he seems like this great unifier, peace-driven,
Absolutely.
anti-racist.
Yeah.
And so it's like the same
It's
thing,
all
like
facade.
He helped Harvey Milk and shit. Like he was like very.
Was he doing that? Was he a progressive or was he doing it as a smokescreen?
A little bit of both. I mean, I think it started progressive and sincere, and then it became like I just got to keep doing this.
I do
to be
think he
powerful.
was a ardent anti-racist.
Yeah.
Like I think he like really.
So
You're
this
bored that I'm
No,
talking about
no,
anti-racism.
I'm stretching,
You're
I'm
bored
stretching.
that I talk
I've
about.
heard it before. All right. Go ahead.
All right, so then all this stuff's about to come out, and then
So
what?
all this stuff's about to come out, and he's like, so he's already been setting up Guyana.
Okay.
He like went to Brazil, tried to get in there. They said no. There's like this whole story about how.
Oddly enough, Guyana, last sex worker that he hired.
Oh, is that the name of
That
her?
was her name.
Birth name Greg.
And then, so he's been setting this up for a while, and that article is about to come out. The reporter, she talks to Jim Jones, and he's like, he hangs
He
up.
decides to pull a massive, large-scale Jack Knight.
Jesus Christ.
That's first of all, that's still later down the story.
Yeah.
Let me get ahead of this.
Yeah.
Let me get ahead of this by getting rid of my head.
So he hangs up
I have
the
to go to
phone.
Seattle next week. I don't want this episode to come out till after I've been in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm also going to be in Seattle that same week.
What does that have to do with anything?
He's also
from Seattle. His family's
okay.
there.
I don't know. No one watches this.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Ian. He hangs up
You
the
guys
phone.
are more upset about that than
Yeah, because it's kind of true.
Oh no, I was kidding.
Oh man.
Oh
I'm gonna
fuck!
turn inwards.
Did I ruin everything?
I'm gonna hurt
I
myself.
was kidding.
Not all of us can be you, Ian.
Oh, I was
Jesus Christ.
joking. Come
No,
on.
it's okay. We're
Floss on
You
my
know what?
level.
You're the.
You brought out the floss to try to save it.
So, you will forgive me.
Okay, never mind. He only said nice stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's why it is fun to be a prop comic, I guess. It's
okay.
whenever something, when shit hits the fan, you go, ooh, here's a rubber chicken.
It's fine.
Yeah, I just like to light a fire under your hands. Sorry,
Let's just can the episode
I was
here.
doing that
Ian's
as a.
pouring out-
I was
No,
doing
no,
that
no.
as a smoke screen.
Oh God.
You know?
I can't believe there was one person, you were actually requested as a guest.
What?
Yeah, and I don't know, some fucking idiot apparently.
Wait, what?
Somebody wrote in and they wanted to. They were like, because we were like, who should we have on the show? And you were one of the people.
Oh,
they
no
said.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're never
Hey,
gonna release
thanks.
the episode, but
Oh,
whatever.
come on. Are you sure that was real or was it a straw man?
You gotta stop. This is so horrible.
Stop. I do
Okay.
this stuff because it makes me get that paper.
Let's talk about
All right,
murder,
do you want me to
suicide.
leave?
I'd like
You want me to leave?
I'd like to table the episode.
Filipino.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. It would be such a prison to be in your head.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. I can't go to sleep unless there's lights and noises on.
Is that true?
I don't like my thoughts.
Oh my God.
Do you not sleep well?
I don't.
Oh yeah.
He's falling apart right
I
now.
didn't
know.
sleep in my bed until recently because I couldn't because my beloved was no longer there with
Oh,
me.
where were
Really?
you sleeping then?
On my couch,
Oh, that's
In the basement?
living room.
Wait, but do you have roommates still?
The producer of my podcast lives in the basement
oh.
next to the
That's nice.
studio.
You know, it is nice to. It seems like you're in a better place
Oh,
than
thank
last time
you.
I saw you.
Yeah, I am. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You seem like sure of yourself now.
Yeah, I've really been working hard behind.
Are you
closed
sure that
doors.
it's not just because you got success?
Well, I mean, that certainly helps.
Yeah.
But I really have been. I mean, dude, during the pandemic, I was in therapy twice a week. I was constantly going through stuff to like do work to be better because I was in such a bad place. And, you know, I am bipolar, so it comes and goes. But, you know, I've really, really been working hard to.
Are you taking meds for that?
I do take meds for that, yes.
Yeah.
Do you take anything for your knee jumping up and down like that?
Oh, no. I did
No,
find
that's
out
gotta
in
be
therapy
coffee.
that I never shook until after my dad died. And it was like a physical break
Really?
in my head. That
Really?
was like a tick that I
Is this a thing to be concerned about? Because I shake all the time.
I also have
No, I don't
unmedicated
think so,
ADHD.
because I have
constantly bouncing. Well,
an actual tremor.
Yeah, but yours is a physical deformity.
Yeah, yours is like
Deformity?
a freak thing from birth.
You should be in a circus.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to know, and this goes for most of comedy, I can beat you up
You think you could beat me up
in a second.
in a fight?
Yes.
Really?
Are you fucking for real?
Ian, I boxed for a whole year. I was Golden Gloves.
When?
Year.
What year?
Like when I was 19.
2013.
Yeah, how old are you now?
41.
Oh, interesting.
Ian, we can put on gloves if you want to do it.
Gloves, I go bare knuckle.
You've
I
never
fucking
been in a
fight dirty.
Can we do
I
this?
used to get in fights all the time. I got my ass kicked a bunch, but I won a couple.
I've never been in a
If
fight.
you
Have
and
you
I
been in a
fight,
fight?
you better fucking pack a lunch because we're gonna be there all day, pal. The only thing,
No, you
the only
guys
time
won't.
I go down is when it's on a dick. So unless you fucking whip it out, I'm up, dog. I will fucking bite your face off. You
That's
want to
not
go?
the fight I'm talking. I'm not
You wanna
gonna
go?
bite you.
You want to go?
Yeah.
I fucking am a
When's the
dirty
last time you
dick
got in a
Delaware
fight?
doozy. A long time ago.
A dirty dick Delaware doozy.
That's what I am, and you're a Seattle sucker. And I'll tell you this, I get
Who do you
winded
think's
fast.
angrier?
If I threw a punch, I would need a break. And all you got to do
will-
is just play defense for 10 seconds, and I'll gas myself out.
Actually, you know what? And also, I probably can't say anymore that I could beat up most of comics because so many comics are into MMA now that
But here's what would happen. I'd be
Yeah.
in Andy's corner. I have to because we were on the pod together.
Yes,
And
Muay
then
Thai.
I would be saying like things that Rosebud says in the about
Yeah.
you know, doing the
She'd be
dishes or whatever.
Why don't you make more money?
Oh, my God.
And then he'd
And he
fucking
just
let
like
it
his
out on
energy
you.
bar reaches up in a video game, and then a super punch comes out. You just have to hit the insult button to punch.
I just punch through
Talk like a wife, talk like a wife, talk like a wife.
punch through your heart.
Yeah. Wife, anchor, achieve.
I Kali Ma you. I'm sorry. Instantly start crying.
Okay, let's go to Guyana.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
I just want to finish this.
I'm kidding.
He goes to Guyana because it's like it's a press move. He's like, "Fuck, we gotta go."
Yeah.
And they get to Guyana. They're there. I think it's around 1976. He starts collecting cyanide, and it's
Yeah, I'm just collecting it. You
Yeah.
know, people collect weird things.
well, he
At
even
least
gets,
it's Nazi memorabilia.
Who? You guys don't like chemicals?
Yeah.
he even gets like a jeweler's license to do this because jewelers use cyanide to clean the jewelry.
Wait, in Guyana?
He gets it shipped to Guyana. yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
You
it
could
seems
get
like
it
in Guyana you
shipped.
could just get whatever you wanted there.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think-
like their currency.
But this is like a wild amount.
Dude, so he's getting it shipped from where?
I have no idea.
So he's got a jeweler's license.
China, probably? I don't know.
Nobody's like, hey, why does this guy want all this cyanide? He only has a big church.
So not
It's
every
like the 70s.
so
you could do anything.
not everyone's. He has like a small inner circle that understands, like that kind of knows what's going on.
Did he say I'm collecting this to kill everyone?
I don't think I'm sure he talked his way out of it.
I think he probably said things like, you know, there's like a time may come where we need to make.
There is also he kept on doing these things, so he gets to Guyana. It's also the question is whether or not he liked black people, because for the most part, his congregation was black people, and they all died with him.
Right, but is that not the thesis of him wanting to save them?
That is the paradox.
So that's
of it.
like he's not maliciously killing them. He's doing it to save them
So-
because he cares about them.
So
right?
the last night of there's a lot of people. Everyone seems to be. It's very happy at first. Guyana, Jonestown.
These communities are always happy.
They're happy at
They're
first.
always happy at first.
You always think you're going to be happy.
But then
The honeymoon phase. You know?
Honeymoon phase of the cult.
Oh, look, we're in Guyana. This is nice.
I always wonder with these cults, it's like, how do these people, do they go to like a regular day job and then go back to their cult? Like, how do they survive
I think a
and
lot
make
of them
money?
do. Yeah.
actually, the reason why the cult in San Francisco, he had like a little commune, so it was a lot of the single younger people, and they would have jobs and then come back and just give him their paycheck. In terms of like the older black women of his congregation, he would take their Social Security checks. And so that's how he continued to
and
amass all these
reinvest
riches.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's reinvested into the church.
Into cyanide.
Hoarding. So cut to Guyana. We're back
Jim,
in Guyana.
you bought all the you bought all this cyanide with my Social Security again. It's not booze, it's cyanide. Never mind, that bit didn't work.
I let you get through it.
It was rough.
That
Listen,
was
I was
like
on
your
a plane
hands
for 8
shaky.
hours. Yeah.
The we get to Guyana.
I wish you had a prop for that.
Things start going bad
Well,
because
it was kind of
just gonna talk
like old
over
stale
this.
gum. This isn't
That's
gum.
not gum. That's your straw wrapper.
Oh, that was my joke because it was trash.
Jesus Christ.
Remember in Sonic when he had to collect the rings?
I feel like we're like watching you.
I can't
have
imagine
an episode.
like yeah.
An episode? That's what we're recording. It's an episode of the show.
Stop saying words because then it'll turn it into a book.
Bing bong, bing bong. Zippity doo dah.
I think you're saying Bing Bong like you're doing an impression of Wilfred's family talking.
They're a little bit more articulate.
I was imitating what Wilfred orders for dinner when he's with his family. Take the bing bong ching dong.
It's a little different because it's Tagalog.
Let's move on. We should probably just can it.
Oh God. Oh God.
Things start going awry because he's running out of money.
Pumpernickel instead.
He's
Jesus Christ.
Rye bread.
But no, hold on. They're down there. They're in Guyana. I know that the reason why the senator or whatever comes down there is because there's been reports from the families that.
So they're like writing people. It's not nice. People are like, working 16-hour days for like, shitty food and like, and he's continuing all of the abuse and everything.
And nobody's like allowed to just go.
No, because he has guards with,
and they're not like in a city. They're in the jungle.
They're like 70 miles from any like civilization.
Damn.
They're in the middle of like the wild forest. You have to go through you have to take a 4x4 to get there.
Or a plane.
Or there's like a plane that's like a landing strip, probably like 30 miles away or something like that.
Sounds interesting.
He stop entertaining Ian.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Stop.
We need this. We can't just have the last, 10 minutes of this be Ian sadly looking for something to reference. We got to let him get it out, It's like having an autistic child. Like once in a while, you got to be like, yeah, just go ahead and make that noise. We love you still.
We just need to. We just give him a bag of chips and have him sit in the corner.
Yeah, we're just like, isn't this tactile? Just touch that. Pop these things. Come on, just pop the stuff. Mess with the paper. Yeah, there you go. Oh God.
So everyone's writing letters to their family saying that there's all this abuse. Congressman Leo Ryan from California eventually is like, I'm going to go down there and look into this. He goes down for 24 hours. And he takes.
If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? What would you do?
He wrote a will.
Mace.
Oh, I didn't
Harlem
know that
World.
one. Oh,
What?
Okay.
Mace? Remember the rapper?
Yeah, I remember.
He's just quoting
It
things
was
now.
a song.
He's trying to get his tangents in where they're
I'm trying
going.
to run out the clock.
I think
just
this
gotta
is fine.
blow through
I
it.
want Wilfred to not get to the end of this because I've run out the clock with my puns and references.
Okay.
So Congressman Leo Ryan goes down there with MSNBC.
Definitely not MSNBC.
Yeah. An
NBC
NBC.
cameraman.
Yeah.
And then
And
some
then
reporters.
some reporters.
Jesus Christ.
I don't
get
why anyone likes you.
Oh man, we should firebomb Ian's house. Being an Ian. Okay, but no. But wait, so everything looks right, right?
Right.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
so he's got everyone like rehearsing these. First of all, okay, before Leo Ryan comes there, he started this whole thing called like White Nights, where they rehearse every like shutdown, and everyone's gonna like they drink the Kool-Aid, and then he says that was poison, and then but it actually wasn't. It was all just a part of this rehearsal, and he does this like.
So the rehearsal, it was supposed to be a rehearsal, but that was the one that was the real thing.
The rehearsal actually was to let people think that they were gonna drink Kool-Aid and pretend to be poisoned.
Oh yeah.
And what?
Were they going to pretend to be poisoned?
No. It was just like
go back. Sorry. So Leo Ryan came down.
Leo Ryan came.
That's actually cool. What the hell, man?
What the fuck, man? I actually cared now.
Hey, you gotta repeat. I'm like a horny bisexual in an orgy. I'm confused.
Okay.
Wait, what was your question though?
So Leo Ryan came down and wait, what? So fucking Jones wanted to kill everyone and he die as well?
So
or what?
So I think Jones, he was paranoid. He was on like meth and all this shit, just like doing all these drugs and growing more and more paranoid. So he would do these white night. There were rehearsals for the final night,
and they all knew that they were supposed to die.
I think no, they all didn't want to die.
What was the final night that he was teasing them with?
So the final night is what actually happened at Jonestown.
I think
at
it was
the rehearsal.
He was teasing them with the fact that somebody might try to come down and shut us down because they won't understand what we're trying to do.
So we have to kill ourselves.
He said they called it revolutionary suicide. He called it that. So because they were all like,
and there's actually there's recordings of that, right?
Yes, there's you get there's a 45-minute tape of the last 45 minutes of them. And so
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a podcast.
There's so much tape.
One episode.
Yeah.
Has there been
one episode.
Has there been a podcast of Jim Jones
Yeah,
tapes?
of course.
Oh yeah, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
There's so much bullshit. Jim
Wasn't
Jones.
there a
There's
rapper named Jim Jones?
Yes,
There was,
he's
yeah.
in
He was
the
one
Diplomats.
that does, I stay fly. You know this.
Yes.
Finance.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
All of those were rehearsals. Leo Ryan comes.
And there was a shooting.
And he goes there, and then everyone's acting like it's a pleasant place, and then until
like North Korea.
yeah, until one person slips one of the NBC cameramen a note that's like, "Help, we want out." You know, they start talking about it, and then
Okay, I'd say something really funny. Sorry.
Yeah.
My friend got her mom an iPad years ago, and you know how you could write like initial or like a message on the back of it, get it etched and engraved.
Yeah.
She got help. I'm a child slave.
Really?
On the back of it. And her mom opened it and then looked and thought it was a message from an iPad.
Oh,
maker.
yeah. That's so great. That's a good joke.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
yeah. But then it probably would have been like bing bong ding dong.
What the fuck, man?
That's racist.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And we're out of time. I did it. I wanted Wilfred to not get to the end of
That's
his
just
story.
a reference. We go as long as we need to.
Reference? I could make a couple of those.
We do only have like a few minutes left before our next one.
Oh, interesting.
So okay, Leo Ryan shows up. They give the
And then
and
then he goes, if anybody needs to leave.
yes, and so there's probably like 20-something people that need. So they took a small plane in. There's probably like 20-something people that want to leave, and they have to. That means they're going to need two planes.
Yeah.
To get out.
Twin
Leo Ryan is like, I'm gonna stay until all of these people get to leave, but then someone tries to stab Leo Ryan.
What? Why?
Because
he wanted to help.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he's trying to get people out. So Leo Ryan takes the rest of them to the airfield, and there's all these people boarding the plane. There's one guy who was like really on the
taking
inside.
him a while to get through TSA.
Yeah,
There's one
like
guy
a spy,
that was on the inside, and he like showed up and he starts gunning him down.
Okay.
And then there's actually you can there's
footage,
footage of
right?
it where
Yeah.
you can because the NBC camera guy dropped his camera and it was still going. There's like a truck that comes and then 3 other guys with
Did anybody
automatics.
survive this?
They all died. I think
Okay.
maybe one person survived.
And wasn't Leo Ryan like a good guy? Like he was like supposed to be like the next.
He was like
whatever.
every he was like every liberal politician that wasn't for sale. He died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Paul Kucinich or whatever from.
This is gonna happen to RFK. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't think he was going to get that far.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately.
I like him.
I do too.
Yeah, his voice is weird.
Yeah, you got to get over that.
Dude,
but-
did you hear?
I've met him.
Have you?
Yeah, I just remembered that recently.
You're so steep
'Cause we
on the
talked about him.
inside.
Yeah, he came to something at my school. That's how I met him. I don't
Oh, I
know.
thought it was
really?
the Rosebud.
Did he sound like that? No, I heard that his
No,
voice is
I
from
think he was.
vaccines.
Yeah.
No.
That's what.
What?
I think that's why he's anti-vax.
You
I don't
believe
know.
that?
Dude, I got.
Yeah, I believe everything I read in the comments of our podcast.
Oh,
I
okay.
was on the Barstool float for Pride, and they gave me the microphone, and I had a shirt that said "Who ate all the pussy?"
Yeah, I
but
saw that.
I put a B on it, so it said "Who ate all the bussy?"
Uh-huh.
And people were like loving it. So I got on the mic and I was like, "Attention, everyone! Attention! We are trying to find who ate all the bussy. You could come forward. We're on a short bussy supply. Blah blah blah." And everyone's like, "Keep them on the mic." So then I obviously blew it, and I was like, "Let me hear you if you're queer." And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let me hear you if you love Pride." Yeah. And I go, "Let me hear if you think Fauci was a liar." And the sponsors for the podcast were on, and someone came up and was like, "No." And I like,
That's great.
Okay, so everyone at the airfield has been gunned down.
Yeah.
okay.
Jim
to the
Jones is
sad.
back at Jonestown with all of his congregants, and he's like, "You have to take the medicine." It's and he kept on calling it medicine, and so like people were like, "No, I don't want to. Please, let's not." And then, but there were also a lot of people that were dedicated, obviously.
Yeah.
And there were people say that there's at least 300 people that did this willingly.
This is Sparta.
Yeah.
300.
Exactly.
This
and-
is Ghana.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Where is
Ghana.
it?
Guyana.
Guyana.
Yeah.
Damn, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Right?
That would have been good.
Yeah.
This is Guyana.
The rest of them, like, there's also 300 children that got killed because their parents fed them the Kool-Aid.
And you know who else? Children are dying because they're getting fed the Kool-Aid. Trans.
It's actually also
They're getting fed Kool-Aid.
it was not Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid because they couldn't afford Kool-Aid.
Also, it's hard to get Kool-Aid in Guyana.
Yeah, but Flavor Aid
But you
was
can
just
get
cheaper.
cyanide?
He's shipping it in.
You can get Kool-Aid shipped in.
But isn't that the drink of their people?
I don't
The
know.
only reason they chose Flavor Aid was because it was cheaper.
Were you weren't this disrespectful to Are You Garbage, right?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely. You
This
think
is who I
I've
am.
never seen Ian be respectful.
Wait. I am respectful
To who?
to everyone. This is not disrespect. This is funny.
I'm teasing you.
I found the funny and I put it forward.
Oh, okay.
If I wanted to be disrespectful, I'd let you keep going with your little fact sheet and fucking have the fucking Wilfred TED talk.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
how's
right.
that?
No, you're good.
Pussy.
He talks, and then there are a lot of. I mean, it's like 960 people died.
7,000 different people. Okay, I'll stop.
What is
I'll
that? I don't even know
Isn't
that.
that the
Rent.
9,900?
Oh, that's funny. Actually,
Yeah,
I like
that
that.
Yeah, those guys died of AIDS.
I know.
Yeah.
They were from
Better than cyanide.
Guinea.
And yeah, that's kind of the end of the story. Everyone dies.
No. But there's one other thing. I know that they made a bunch of people who wouldn't. They killed a bunch of people, right?
Yes.
Like, didn't they kill a bunch of people who wouldn't drink the cyanide or
Yeah,
force
they would
them to?
inject them with cyanide.
Oh.
There's
Did
also
anyone escape?
And then there's the woman.
yeah, there were. They were like there's his son escaped.
And a lot of people faked death, right? Like they just
A lot of people
laid.
faked death. Some people like escaped through the forest or the jungle of.
Whoa.
The gnarliest one to me though is that lady that was in, is it Freetown? Whatever the capital is.
Georgetown.
Yeah.
Cape Town.
She was like, they had like a house in Georgetown where it's like, if you flew into Georgetown, you go see this person, then they get you to the compound kind of thing. And she, they called her and they're like, hey, we're doing it. And she just killed her whole family and herself
Yeah,
with a knife.
and also they didn't have cyanide, so she had to like she slit their throats.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, now what's funny?
yeah, make that funny. Ian.
Go ahead, find the funny.
Go ahead.
Was it around Halloween? Maybe she was trying to make them look like Pez dispensers.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
That was okay.
Yeah, a few people escaped.
Wait, did it happen at knife? Instead of night?
Yeah, okay. We get that one.
Yeah,
I get that.
really
That's all right.
understood that.
Okay.
And yeah,
Sly and the family stoned to death.
you just went for a pun with.
See, we're laughing.
Oh God, I love it. It's great.
yeah. All right, that's it.
Ian, is there anything you want to plug?
Oh, my ears when Wilfred's talking. Being Ian with Jordan. New episodes every Wednesday on YouTube.
Very
Patreon.
fun podcast.
Thank you.
It's it's crazier than this. So if you weren't annoyed by Ian, you'd love this podcast.
Patreon.com/BeingIanPod. Bonus episodes, early episodes, a bunch of different stuff. And IanFidance.com. I got a lot of dates coming up. I'm in San Antonio, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hasbro Heights, New Jersey.
God.
Buffalo, New York. I'm coming to your brother San Diego. I'm coming to Brea. IanFidance.com. Thank
Great.
you. iAnimal69.
What?
iAnimal69.
That's your at on everything.
On everything.
Great.
Yes.
Well, thanks everybody.
I'm in Seattle on July 14th and 15th. Andy's going to be there on the 16th of July.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm recording something. So
Yeah.
come
No
out.
way.
Yeah, it's
Are you
special.
putting out special?
It's like a experimental thing.
Whoa, what?
I'm just making it up. I have 24 hours.
What do you mean?
When you buy a ticket, you get an email, and you can email me what you want me to talk about. Only the audience gets that email when you buy the ticket, and then I'm allowed to open the email account 24 hours before the special.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What if people buy tickets at the door?
it's
They should be able to shout stuff out and you have to do it on the spot.
that would help. I mean, I think it'll be pretty. It's my hometown, and it's only 100 seats.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I think we should be able to sell
Oh,
it.
that's great,
Yeah,
man.
thanks.
We got to wrap. I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's okay. Let's make like a condom and ramp it up.
Thanks for coming, man.
Let's make like saran wrap and wrap it up.
Let's
Yeah.
make like, oh, you know what? I got
A
some
tortilla?
theories. Let's make like tinfoil and put our hats on.
Okay.
I'm going to go get Mike Rowland.
Is he here?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
here.
here? We just filmed a sketch together last night.
Oh, what
It
for?
was so fun. Harris Alterman and
Oh, those are so good.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
That dude's good.
Alon, yeah, dude, so fucking
The
funny.
one where it's like, what do you see in a woman? That one where it's
oh,
like,
dude,
what did it say?
their song, "The Ground Beef Under My Bed,"
Oh, I don't know
is
that one.
so fucking catchy.
But those dudes are so funny.
They're the best, man. We had so much fun. You guys are gonna have a blast with Roland. He's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I can't
We
wait
love
to
Rowan.
stop.
Thank you both for having me. I know. Look, the annoyance is a bit.
No, I
thought it
know.
was funny.
And
We're not mad at you.
We're not mad at you.
I'm jet lagged. That's my only problem.
And for me,
I'd
I-
be better at being
jet
on.
lag, and he's a jet fag.
And I just want to be clear. For me, I was playing annoying, so that it was yes anding.
You were great. It was kayfabe,
I'm autistic, so everything I do is
and
just.
I'm artistic.
Thanks,
Let me
Ian.
draw.
Bye, Ian.
Bye.